Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into understanding those precious little ones in our lives. Babies may not use words, but their cries, facial expressions, and body language tell you everything you need to know. In this video, we'll reveal 7 key baby cues that every parent must learn to recognize and respond to. Alright, let's start with the basics. Those tiny tummies need a whole lot of filling. One of the first signs you'll notice is called rooting. You'll see your little one turning their head from side to side, their mouth opening and closing like a little birdie waiting for a worm. They might suck on their fingers, their fists, or even their whole hand. It's their way of saying, "Hey, I need some milk, stat." Remember, feeding time is more than just filling their tummies. It's a time for connection, for love, for those sweet, sweet moments that make motherhood so magical. Now let's talk about those sleepy cues. One of the biggest signs is yawning. Those big, adorable yawns are a surefire sign that your little one is ready to catch some Z's. And just like us, they might rub their eyes or even pull at their ears when they're feeling sleepy. Another thing you might notice is that they start to get a little fussy or even cry if they're overtired. So, embrace those sleepy cues, create a soothing bedtime routine, and watch your little one drift off to dreamland. Now let's talk about those cries that tug at our heartstrings, the ones that tell us something's just not right. These cries are a baby's way of communicating their discomfort or distress. And as parents, it's our job to decode these signals and provide the comfort they need. Sometimes our little ones are uncomfortable, and they need our help to feel better. It can be challenging to figure out exactly what's bothering them, but with a bit of patience and observation, we can often find the source of their discomfort. One of the most common reasons for discomfort is a wet or dirty diaper. Babies have very sensitive skin, and a soiled diaper can quickly lead to irritation and rashes. Regular diaper changes are essential to keep them comfortable and happy. Another culprit could be clothing. Baby's skin is delicate, and certain fabrics or tight clothing can cause irritation. It's important to choose soft, breathable fabrics and ensure that their clothes fit well without being too tight. Maybe that onesie is a little too snug, or maybe the fabric is irritating their delicate skin. Always check for tags or seams that might be causing discomfort and adjust their clothing as needed. Temperature plays a big role too. Babies are more sensitive to temperature changes than adults, and they can quickly become uncomfortable if they are too hot or too cold. If it's too hot, they might get sweaty and fussy. Make sure to dress them in light, breathable clothing and keep the room at a comfortable temperature. Too cold, and they might start shivering. In cooler weather, dress them in layers so you can easily adjust their clothing to keep them warm without overheating. The important thing is to respond with love and patience. Babies can sense our emotions, and staying calm and reassuring can help soothe them even when we're not sure what's wrong. Sometimes all they need is the comfort of your touch and the sound of your voice to soothe their worries. Holding them close, talking to them softly, and providing a sense of security can work wonders in calming a fussy baby. Remember, every baby is different, and it may take some time to learn what works best for your little one. Trust your instincts and know that your love and care are the most important tools in comforting your baby. Speaking of comfort, let's talk about overstimulation for a minute. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. Even for babies, the constant barrage of stimuli can be overwhelming. You know, those times when there's just too much going on, too many lights, too many sounds, too many people. It can be a lot for their little minds to process. One of the first signs of overstimulation is turning their head away. This is their way of saying, "I've had enough." They might avoid eye contact or look away to try and find some relief from the chaos. They might also cover their face with their hands or even start to cry. These are clear signals that they need a break. Rubbing their eyes can also be a sign that they are feeling overwhelmed and tired. When you see those signs, it's time to create a calm and peaceful environment. A serene setting can work wonders in helping them feel safe and secure. Maybe dim the lights, turn down the music, or even move to a quieter room. Soft lighting and a quiet atmosphere can help soothe their senses and provide the comfort they need. Be patient, be understanding, and create those calm and soothing spaces that allow them to relax and recharge. Your gentle touch and comforting presence can make all the difference. Remember, finding peace in a busy world is not just about the environment, but also about the love and care you provide. By being attentive to their needs, you can help them navigate through the overstimulation and find their way back to a state of calm. Now let's talk about those heart-melting moments when our babies just want our attention. One of the most obvious signs is cooing. Those sweet little sounds are music to our ears, and they're often a baby's first attempt at communication. And of course, there's nothing like a baby's smile to brighten our day. Another way babies try to get our attention is by reaching out with their arms. Responding to these cues is so important for building a strong bond with your baby. It shows them that you see them, you hear them, and you're there for them. All right, y'all, let's talk about those not-so-glamorous moments, gas and tummy troubles. One of the telltale signs of gas is pulling their legs up to their tummy. They might also arch their backs or clench their fists. Gentle tummy massages can work wonders. Just use those loving hands to rub their bellies in a circular motion. Another trick is bicycle legs. Gently move their legs back and forth like they're pedaling a tiny bike. And of course, there's always the good old-fashioned burping. Sometimes, all it takes is a good burp to release that trapped air and bring instant relief. Now, while most cries are just your baby's way of communicating, it's important to understand the different types of cries. Babies cry for various reasons, and as a parent, it's crucial to recognize these subtle differences. There are times when it's more than just fussiness. It could be a sign of discomfort, hunger, or even a need for a diaper change. But sometimes it's a signal that something more serious is going on. Sometimes it's a sign that something's wrong and they need our help. As parents, we need to be vigilant and attentive to these cues. A baby's cry is their primary way of communicating their needs and feelings. One of the biggest differences you'll notice is the intensity of the cry. A cry of pain or distress is usually more intense and persistent. It's louder, more urgent, and can be quite piercing compared to a typical cry. A pain cry is usually louder, more urgent, and more piercing than a typical cry. This type of cry can be alarming, and it's designed to get your immediate attention. It's their way of saying, "I need help right now." If you feel like something's not right, don't hesitate to call your pediatrician. Trust your instincts. As a parent, you know your baby better than anyone else. If their cry seems different or if you're concerned, it's always better to seek professional advice. It's better to be safe than sorry. Your pediatrician can provide guidance and reassurance, helping you understand what might be causing your baby's distress and how to address it. Remember, you are your baby's advocate and you know them best. Your intuition and observations are invaluable. By paying close attention to your baby's cries and behaviors, you can ensure they get the care and comfort they need. So, if you're ever unsure, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Whether it's a friend, family member, or healthcare professional, there are resources available to support you and your baby. You're not alone in this journey, and seeking help is a sign of strength and love for your child. Just like every home renovation project, learning your baby's language takes time, patience, and a whole lot of love. By listening closely to those little cues, you'll build a bond that's stronger than any shiplap wall. So, thank you for joining me on this journey, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow parents. And remember, you've got this. Understanding your baby's cues can take time, but it's one of the most rewarding parts of parenting.